hopefully I'll perk up a little.
I think you'll be alright. I'm going live right now.
You're watching the Hollywood Podcast. You're watching the New Water Live. You're watching the Hollywood Podcast. You're watching the New Water Live. You're watching the Hollywood Podcast. You're watching the New Water Live. You're watching the Hollywood Podcast. You're watching the New Watch.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the New Watch. We'll take it from here. I'm Jimmy, and with us, as always, Mr. Tony York.
Good morning, people. Semi-sorta here.
Tony got the itis. Anybody that was paying attention to Monday's show, I fucking told you so.
What are you talking?
Everybody, I'm talking to you. Everybody, I told you so. I said you was gonna get it.
Yeah, I did.
Like
And let me tell you, COVID fucking sucks, and this is pretty mild compared to what I'm getting before.
well, fucking just do the maximum to take care of yourself because it gets old people, babies, and fats. So you're not fat, you're not a baby, but you are a little old. So be careful.
Oddly enough, not having any trouble with breathing.
That's a good part because I heard that was one of the main things that was fucking people up. So that's good.
Fucking hurt in places I don't know why the fuck I hurt. And I just fucking sleep. Probably going about 16 hours a day. And when I wake up, I feel pretty good for about an hour. It starts going downhill. Hopefully, next couple of days it'll be over. The old lady went back to work today.
She still got COVID though, ain't it?
They said it was okay.
What? That's crazy. I thought what happened to the whole 14 uh lock yourself up period?
I do not know. Now it's 5.
Huh. God bless Biden.
Yeah, she works at a hospital, so they're.
They know best.
You would think that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. They know best. Yeah.
I mean, the nurse from her doctor's office called every day and talked to her for about 20 or 30 minutes. You know, seeing how it was going and having her check temperature and shit like that. But I don't know.
Oh no, man.
If that's the way it works out, then I should be on the downhill slide here and probably back to near normal by about Monday.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I'm gonna give you at least a week or two off. So anybody that's mad about us taking a little break here, blame Tony
Blame me for what?
for taking some time off here after today, because I'm going back.
What the hell do you do when you go there?
I just hang out, take care of family matters. But
So you're robbing the fucking bank.
but yeah, I'm gonna have to go back for probably like a week or two. I just came back early to grab more shit.
But you got a drywall gig down there?
No. I was thinking about lying and saying that I had to go to work or something like that, but nah, ain't nothing going on. I just gotta go out there because everybody's fucking everything up.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but it'll be all right. Um, but in other news though, fucking, I don't know if you guys have been following or not, but Johnny Depp won. Another victory for fucking misogynists everywhere. Oh my god. But yeah, but in all seriousness though, in her fucking statement, right? So after she lost, she let out, I don't know if it was a tweet or an Instagram or a Snapchat or whatever the fuck the bitch did, but it was something along the lines of we're setting this loss set women back and fucking I feel sorry for any other abuse victim out there that's not gonna be believed now because of this and like she's still turning those wheels, boy.
Yes, you'd think she'd realize that that kind of shit is defamation of character.
Yeah. No, but she said, well, that's the thing though. Hold on a second. Actually, I walked away. I took a note, and I got the lawyer up here too. Says it's bad for the First Amendment as well. That what she did was the First Amendment, telling her story, all that shit. But what she fails to realize though is that in the First Amendment, it doesn't give you the right to lie about people, and it gives you the right to say whatever you want, like you did, like she did. But there's still consequences for the things you say. So,
Well, the First Amendment is to protect you from the government interfering with your freedom of speech. So
yeah, if you got something to say it.
if you're in somebody's place of business or something like that, they can tell you to shut the fuck up and don't say nothing.
Yeah, get out. Get out. They don't got to make your cake if they don't want to make your goddamn cake.
No shit.
Hang on. Here's the thing from
Take
the
your
fucking,
faggot ass down to Rainbow Bakery.
but not in a hateful way.
Did that come out as being hateful?
Nah, no. I'm just reminding the audience. All right, listen to this. You gotta fucking click me. Click me, come on! Instead of kill me, get it? Alright, there it is. Here is fucking Heard's lawyer statement. I gotta skip through it.
First question, how is Amber doing? We saw her hearing that verdict. It took a long time to read. It was a sweeping verdict for Johnny Depp. How did she handle it?
She's dead.
One of the first things she said is, I am so sorry to all those women out there. This is a setback for all women in and outside the courtroom. And she feels it, and she feels the burden of that.
Well, knowing that
she feels the burden for all women. Like, this is
case and knowing the laws,
Amber Heard is a fucking gemstone right here. What the fuck?
you certainly do. It frankly favors defendants like Amber Heard. Are you stunned that the jury essentially rejected her story?
Well, really what happened here is it's a tale of two trials. Johnny Depp brought a suit in the UK for the same case, and the burden of proof was easier for him there. The son had to actually prove that it was true, and the court found there, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence, against Amber. So what did Depp's team learn from this? Demonize Amber and suppress the evidence. We had an enormous amount of evidence that was suppressed in this case that was in the UK case. In the UK case, when it came in, Amber won, Mr. Depp lost.
But here's the thing.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. First of all, she contradicted herself by saying that it was a harder burden for Johnny Depp here than it was in the UK. And then fucking that they suppressed evidence. But there was evidence that didn't get brought up on his behalf that was suppressed in the UK. So, I mean, that's just, I don't know. She's just contradicting herself.
You were able to get some evidence that you say demonstrated abuse. You certainly had her testimony. There were pictures, documents, all kinds of evidence. But in point of fact, the jury rejected it.
All
You
of
argued
which
in
could
your
be
closing arguments
edited.
that if they found even
Yeah.
one instance
And that was the thing, though, too, is that there was proof that she had played with one of the photos. I don't know how she edited, photoshopped, or whatever, but there was proof that she fucked with one of the photos.
of abuse, and it did not even have to be physical abuse, that they would have to find for Amber Heard, and they didn't.
And the other part to bear in mind here is nothing changed. The op-ed didn't even mention Mr. Depp by name. And so what basically they did here is demonize her. And they were able to suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2000.
There was no fucking medical records. Amber Heard even testified that she didn't fucking go to the doctor. Oh my God, this is rich.
Of Amber
This
reporting
lawyer
this
should
to
be
her
fucking
therapist, for
embarrassed.
example. We had
Every single day, don't look at it. Do you think they did see it?
How can you not? They went home every night. They have
They're
families.
talking about the social
families
media
are on
shit.
social media. We had a 10-day
If the
break in the
jury
middle
saw
because
it.
of the judicial conference. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it. And it was horrible. It really, really was lopsided. And I appreciate your saying that. It's like the Roman Colosseum, how they viewed this whole case. I was against cameras in the courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Does your client want to appeal?
Oh, absolutely. And she has some excellent grounds for it. We even had tried to get the UK judgment in to dismiss his case because he already had his shot. And that's one of the issues, but also a number of the evidentiary issues. There was so much evidence that did not come in.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Wait.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Oh no, she's not that famous. So yeah. I mean, I'm sure everybody already expected the fucking spin campaigns and all the bullshit to come out.
Oh, hell yeah. Yes.
Yes.
All I got is best.
You
Your
did
knee-
what? You broke up all through that whole statement there, Tone.
Weapon that is legally the gun itself
Sorry.
is the
Said she
receiver.
best
On
get
an
her knee
AR-15
pads out.
Whoopsie daisies. You said what?
I said she had best get her knee pads out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how she got all those fucking acting gigs. 'Cause she cannot fucking act, man. But yeah, it's gay, don't get me wrong. You guys know how I feel about Hollywood people and all that shit, but it's very interesting because you know that this is going to set a precedence here. But I don't think it's going to be the way that the lawyer's trying to spin it, like how this is bad for womankind and all this shit and fucking. I think that now it's going to be more of a like what it should have been. I don't consider. Look, as Americans, we have rights, right? So if I say fucking Tony raped me and beat me up in the alleyway, they shouldn't just go. I mean, I don't know about police procedure and all that. I'm just going off of my opinion. They shouldn't just go arrest Tony immediately. There should be some sort of an investigation. There should be some sort of a fucking something involved with believing my accusation. That's how it should be with everything. And I'm hoping that kind of the UK case, from what I understood from it, was just pretty much like, oh, he did what to you? Oh, no. Oh, they just right away blindly believed everything that was told to her, or told to them. So, I don't know.
In the case that you just posed, there should be some mental evaluation too.
Yeah, probably so, Tone. What's up, Oz? What's up, Gunmetal guys? See you guys out there. What's up, Ponery? I guess Oz had it back in fucking January, Tone, so don't feel too lonely. He made it through.
I don't feel like I was gonna die or anything, but I don't feel all that fucking great either.
Yeah. I'm saying nobody feels like. Well, I guess some people feel like they're gonna. I don't know. I've never died
That
either, so I can't speak for that.
first time I had it, sure that's what we had. I felt like I was dying. I really did. I've never been so goddamn sick.
Mm.
And that was like a month before the lockdown started, mid-February. And I mean, I really did think I was fucking dying.
Read some of these comments. Fucking Gunmo guy said this should be a lesson to men to record every fucking thing from sun up to sundown.
Shit.
What did you say, honey? Hold on, hold on. Let me get this straight. Someone can be caught on tape saying that I'm going to lie because the culture will believe me, and this woman still got the nerve to complain. No, see, in Amber's point of view, or what she would tell you, is that she was saying that people wouldn't believe a man being domestically abused or whatever the fuck, because she had a mountain of evidence that he abused her. Every lie that she told was super obvious. I'm not a biologist. I'm not. But fucking yeah. I don't know. It's just a ridiculous ass case. Ridiculous. But anyway, hope it opens some eyes up. I watched a movie, Tony, that you should get HBO Max for. It was fucking another priceless one. It was called Mommy Dearest, Mommy Dead. I gotta look at my notes to remember the fucking states that they went from. They went from fucking. Okay, so they started where you're going to. They started in Missouri, moved to Louisiana. This was a lady that it, fuck, Munchausen syndrome. She was fucking, pretending that her daughter was sick. All of a sudden, she had muscular dystrophy, but she could still walk, and fucking, she had feeding tubes, and like everything that could possibly be wrong with this kid was wrong with this kid, and she was profiting off of it. Like people, like I don't know what they're called, but let's just say Make a Wish built her a house and fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, she was making money off of
Yeah.
this shit. So she had to move from Missouri because people were starting to catch on that this bitch's kid wasn't sick. Missouri to Louisiana, and then fucking when they were in Louisiana. Long story short, right? They were in Louisiana. The girl hops online. She knows she's not sick. She's been fucking eating sugary foods, but she has a sugar allergy. She's been walking around the house without any pain, but she has muscular dystrophy, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She keeps debunking all these things that her mom is saying is wrong with her. So she gets online with this boyfriend. Well, she gets online, makes a boyfriend, and then fucking um, has the boyfriend kill. They have a weird relationship, and then has the boyfriend kill the mom, and then the boyfriend and the girl run to fucking Waukesha. So it was fucking, I don't know. It was a crazy fucking thing, but the girl was just like really. She looked retarded. Like you would believe she had Down syndrome. She had like the whole round face, squinty eye thing going on, and oh, and then she told on him and blamed everything on the boyfriend. Kind of typical lady shit.
Uh, Gunmetal Guy, to answer your question, I don't know. It could be that, or it could be that this is the less virulent Omicron. Uh, I don't know.
Well, just don't be anywhere. Like, don't be anywhere where you could pass out and have a far fall. Because I heard that's how fucking Louis Anderson and fucking Bob Saget went. They got those COVID vaccines and then ended up passing out and cracked their skulls.
Well, I would think that would have happened a long time ago since I've been damn severe.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe you're immune to the side effects of the vaccine.
I got the J&J one that they say causes blood clots and shit.
Yeah, maybe you're immune to it. Tony found a way
Well,
to Tony found a way to beat Johnson and Johnson. Everybody, get his blood.
I hope the bucket passes pretty quickly because I've been sick for about 3 days now. Really sick.
Like what's sick? Like throwing up, diarrhea, and
No, just feeling achy all over. Uh, so fucking tired I can't do anything. And the lady said last night I was shivering all night long, but I had taken enough drugs that I still slept.
yeah, yeah.
I can tell you as soon as the show's over, I'm going to bed.
Well, shit. I mean, we really just got a few more things. I'm gonna talk about. Let's talk about fucking. Let's do the introduction to Waco.
That fucking video was excellent.
Okay.
And
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
I don't remember what I had seen that convinced me that they run that fucking tank through the door and lit it up that way. Because I didn't see it on what he showed in his video.
Yeah, it was that CS gas. Because they filled the place up with CS gas, which they tried to say wasn't flammable, but it fucking is. And a gun sparks when it shoots. That's gonna cause it to fucking create fire.
I swear I saw a video where they run through the fucking window or door.
You did. If you watched that video that I sent you, I'm gonna explain it to everybody in a second. But that video that I sent you showed the tanks crashing through the walls too. They did crash through the fucking walls of that place. They were driving the tanks over the people, their dead people, their little cemetery that they had, the makeshift fucking Davidian cemetery. They were fucking rolling over that with tanks and shit like that. But the thing that I didn't know, which I'll get to in a second, but the thing that I didn't know was that fucking the same crew that they had come from Ruby Ridge was the same crew that was fucking at Waco, Texas. The same
Yeah,
FBI crew.
that sniper was there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and there was even talk of fucking taking Koresh out when fucking. Wait, what was it? 3, 4 days at the beginning of January 2020 before all this stuff started. Said I had the flu, but I'm pretty sure I had it. Waiting for them to come out with a test for people who may or may not have had it. Oh yeah, yeah, it's possible. I don't know. My wife makes jokes all the time and says I probably had it 3 or 4 times, fucking dealing with a bunch of people and shit like that. But I don't know. But yeah, the Waco thing. So anyway, I'm fucking doing the usual Catholic thing and fucking feeling guilty and looking up things about religion and shit like that. And I come across this guy Wendigoon, and he did like a whole fucking like he's a religious guy, so he does fucking all these other like historical shit. He does serial killer shit, and I think I said historical already, but he does historical shit too. And fucking he had this thing on Waco, and it was really good. So if you guys it's just like Wendigo, but add an on the end of it. It's Wendigoon. It's pretty good shit. But yeah, fucking, you know what? I might as well just play the piece of the video now, Tone.
Okay.
Hold on. Make sure I'm sharing with you. Shit, make sure I'm showing the right page first, and then make sure I'm sharing with you. There's too many buttons on this goddamn computer. I got it on Discord. Now I gotta get it on OBS. Alright, so I got a timestamp. We're obviously not gonna watch a fucking hour and a half video, but here it goes.
Just a hunk of metal. The reason being there has to be one piece that is serialized and transported to the individual.
He's explaining right now too. I'm sorry it jumped in a little bit. I played it a second ahead. He's explaining right now the lower receiver part of ARs and how they're interchangeable and all that shit.
So the block that holds the trigger is
And how
often
that's what's
considered
a
the
firearm.
receiver part. On the AR-15 specifically, any mil-spec AR-15 shares the same part dimensions. So you can take any receiver that you have and then combine it with the other pieces of a barrel or whatever other assembly you're working with and create your own rifle from there. It's kind of like Legos. For those that
See, he's a pretty cool fucking guy, right?
are familiar with firearms, it's very common for someone to buy a receiver and then build out the rest of the gun however they want it, because the receiver's the only part that matters. And it was very common, as proven by records, for the Davidians to order a bunch of receivers and then build out the rifles and then sell them again legally at gun shows. The ATF looked at this report that said there are receivers laying around and said, but what if this time, for the first time, they decide to use...
I just wanted to pause real quick and just tell everybody too that didn't know or may not know that the fucking Davidians also had their own FFL and they had a fucking gun shop on site, like a gun store on site. So just letting everybody know that didn't know. While he's just talking all this shit like, oh my god, they were ordering what and for what and where, they had an FFL.
Use those receivers for something nefarious. Because if you were going to illegally convert your weapon to be fully automatic, you would have to damage and alter the receiver itself. And even though they had a long history of never doing that, the ATF decided that this time it means they're making illegal weapons. That would be like if I walked into your house and then saw steak knives on your kitchen counter and immediately assumed that you were going to stab me to death, because that's apparently the only function of a steak knife. If it sounds weird for me to show examples and to go into that amount of detail regarding the legality, just know that this was the justification for the ATF's later actions.
In a word, what the search warrant found was gun parts. It was the duty of the ATF to show that those gun parts were owned with an intent to create illegal weapons. I'm not a lawyer or a judge, but my reading of the warrant does not convince me that that intent was there.
Also, listening to the rest of Rodriguez's report was painful.
The affidavit describes how an undercover agent had observed the upper and lower receivers of disassembled AK-47s. The AK-47 has a one-piece receiver. There are no separate upper and lower and lower receivers of disassembled AK-47s. The AK-47 has a one-piece receiver. There are no separate upper and lower receivers on an AK-47. Obviously, Agent Aguilera didn't have a clue, and Magistrate Green failed to notice.
They listed...
That's pretty much the whole fucking point that I wanted to like show the video for. I mean, there's a lot of different very good points and very convincing points that, you know, he doesn't, it almost kind of, he takes an unbiased look at it. I would just watch the whole video if I were you guys. But that part is the part that I wanted to stop on. This is the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and they don't know that a fucking AK doesn't have a lower and an upper receiver like an AR does. How the fuck do they have job? Like, how does this even work as a job if they don't fucking aren't educated in firearms?
From what that dude had put out there in that video, pretty much is saying that Koresh wasn't really guilty of fucking anything.
No. Koresh was not guilty of any... Now listen, is it possible he was a cult leader? Is it possible he was fucking other people's wives and kids and all that shit? Sure, it's a possibility, but if you look at it from the standpoint of he wanted to build a community, which, by the way, too, also in this video they explain and go through, but it was already an existing thing. Like, David Koresh didn't even start the Davidians. You might think that because of their names, but it was off of David from the Bible. But anyway, nonetheless, These were a group of people that wanted to live how Americans are supposed to live without a worry of the government in their own little secluded area. I'm sure, I don't know if they were still paying taxes or not. They had to have been, though. I mean, they had their own FFL, they had their own gun shop, they had their own community. They had enough provisions there to outlast the fucking a Babylonian war. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they were doing what, like we were talking about years ago, that gun channel commune where we all lived in a
Yeah.
fucking, you know what I mean? They were just doing that. They had their own kind of a utopia, and the government didn't like that. You got to follow rules. You got to be in, and he gets into the also he gets into tyrannical government and all that stuff towards the end. But
Well,
that's
you
the
know,
definition of a tyrannical government right there, ain't it? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. Uh, in there somewhere, he talks about them putting a plant inside with the Davidian, and this guy still never found anything.
That was what was just read right now. So not only did he say that it was Robert Rodriguez, and David Koresh found out that he was an FBI guy and still let him stay there all the way up until the end when they started shooting, and he went to Rodriguez and said, "Hey, please have your men back down." You know, I mean, there's women and kids here. Come on. And then Rodriguez snuck out the back or something like that. But yeah, but that was it. That was that guy's testimony that he said he found lower and upper receivers of AKs and shit like that. That's just fucking.
Uh, yeah, that certainly seems very suspect. I mean, it's easy to make the public think that this guy's a cult leader and that he's terrible. He's fucking wives and babies and
Well, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they spin shit on the news all the time. That's the easiest thing to do, is make someone look bad. And then
Yeah, we,
they kept showing the kids. They kept doing like it was just a fucking. They were trying to turn everybody against that guy. They wouldn't let the press up close because they didn't want to see them rolling over people's graves, and they didn't want to see them fucking. They didn't want to play the one part. I should, you know what? I should find that part where they were playing the fucking music and like dolphins fucking sounds and shit like that. They were playing like I don't know, monkeys getting their heads smashed in, or it was some type of a a horrible fucking high pitched scream.
yeah.
I'm trying to see if I could fucking find it, man. It's gonna be too much of a pain in the ass. There's Koresh's video. 53 days too, man. I didn't know it lasted that long. A
Yeah.
53-day siege. And then fucking Janet Reno was going on her tirade and shit. The cult, and when they were in the news too, if you noticed, every time that they mentioned something in the news, they made sure to call them the cult members. The cult leader has been killed. The cult members are subdued. We saved the kids. That type of shit, man. It was just, it's crazy. With this whole shit, and mind you too, whatever you think they started shooting for, whatever. Look at how they rolled up. They rolled up ready to fucking kill. And I'm deleting this shit real quick. But they rolled up ready to fucking kill. They rolled up ready for war. And these guys are just, I mean, another branch of the IRS. They're just fucking. So okay, so the IRS does income. They all do that, you know, they do that shit. So to take some of the stress off of the fucking IRS, they gave alcohol, tobacco, and firearms or explosives to the fucking to these guys over here to handle those taxes. If we were to get rid of the fucking taxes on tobacco, if we were to get rid of the taxes on alcohol, and we were to fucking abolish the NFA, there'd be no reason for the ATF to even exist. Am I wrong about that? Did you pass out?
I don't know.
They were screwing with language even then. Oh, before then. Like we were saying, the guys from Ruby, the same people from Ruby Ridge were over. Not that Ruby Ridge was the same scenario, but I mean, kind of ended the same way, sort of. But
Well, the Ruby Ridge thing was fucking a setup for murder. Hey, an alarm.
wake up. But go
Say,
ahead.
what
Yeah,
the fuck, dog just eat Jimmy?
the
Ruby Ridge was fucking setup. They coerced him into modifying them shotguns into illegal weapons. The ATF did.
yeah. Didn't they kill like his whole family?
They killed his son and his wife.
Okay, most of his family. Over over a sawed-off fucking shotgun. Two sawed-off shotguns.
Yeah.
Two sawed-off shotguns. Get your fucking son and your fucking. That's the point of the episode too. This is what happens when we give tax agents, tax fucking, accountants. This is what happens when we give them fucking power and guns and militarize our tax agents.
That's God. I want to be careful what I say here.
Nobody's watching. Go ahead.
At some point, this has got to come to a head.
Our tyrannical government.
Yeah.
You would figure everybody hated the ATF then. At that point in time, I mean, of course the news spun most of it, but there was a lot of people that were protesting the ATF. There was a lot of people that were fucking mad. They thought they were murderers, especially at first. Those pictures of them taken with their rifles in front of burnt babies and burnt mothers and shit like that. That wasn't edited at first. At first, that was that was released, but that was suppressed. Everything got suppressed eventually, and they're still around.
Yep.
They're still around. This is what happens when you don't keep your foot on the throat of the government to keep them in line. Exactly. Cult members, assault rifles, potatoes. Yeah, and they had like those little dummy grenades that you could fucking buy from gun shows and shit. And yeah, there was just, I mean,
Yeah, they had UPS damaged a package and seen that there was some dummy grenades and black powder in the box.
yeah,
Well, they're
yeah,
going to make grenades. Wait a minute.
yeah. That's not how that works. But yeah, I mean, and this was all just like obviously the powder was fucking reloading supplies. The dummy grenades, they were an FFL that went to gun shows. So they had little knick-knack shit like that to buy.
Well, I hate to tell them they weren't going to use black powder to load rounds for AR-15s.
Oh, well, yeah, that too, yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's something that it shocks me that we saw how tyrannical and how fucked up things can be with these two shitty situations. You know, within the same decade, within the same fucking organizations, and we still have the FBI to investigate international shit or to investigate shit that was like has something to do with the United States. I get that, even though why not just extend Homeland Security and do it that way? We
Because
need to.
Homeland Security needs to go away.
Well, I'm just saying though, is to eliminate some of these fucking alphabet agencies that need not exist. What the fuck? Like I said, the wha- and first of all, just to even open up the argument, didn't we revolt against England and make our own fucking country because of taxation, right? But yet,
Taxation without representation, they said.
but yet we're having taxation on fucking alcohol, tobacco, firearms. Well, the firearms tax, I mean, that should be nothing more than a sales tax. The NFA shouldn't fucking exist. All that is just a reason to keep the fucking ATF alive, and B, a reason to fucking another payday. Somebody wants something, they got to pay for it.
Yep.
So what the fuck do we? Why are we worried about magazine capacities and fucking all this other bullshit? We should be pushing issues that aren't on the table right now. Maybe that would be a different fucking angle to take. Oh yeah, you guys are worried about ghost guns? Ghost guns? Well, guess what? I want a 14-inch shotgun. Guess what? I want a fucking fully automatic AR. I want the option. So fuck your argument. This is my argument. Just
And they
complete.
just stick their fingers in their ears and go, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, babies, babies. While they're on their third abortion, they're talking about how babies need to be saved.
Yeah, that deal with Koresh and all that, that was fucking murder.
That yeah, and they killed the part that like got to me was towards the end of this video I'm talking about specifically, but it was also towards the end of the event. But towards the end, when they were trying to get a hold of the fucking FBI, they weren't trying to get a hold of the FBI to surrender. They were trying to get a hold of the FBI to let them know that they had fucking, with these tanks going back and forth, destroyed the entrance and exit of their underground bunker where they sent a good chunk of their women and children at. So all those guys suffocated and died and burnt to death because of the ATF as well. And this was a job well done. Them pictures weren't supposed to leak and get out. That was all suppressed shit. Where they were fucking taking that was their trophy pictures where they had their little fucking rifle and they had the fucking burnt bodies of babies and women behind them. That was a trophy. They were happy they did that.
We beat these horrendous cult members.
Yeah. Scotty Scotty says the fucking I'm betting you could literally fire half of the U.S. federal government and not notice any change in service. Yeah, yeah. And it might even get better. We might live in a world that fucking our forefathers actually fought for instead of this shit. It's all again all a damn shell game. Move pieces around, distract people from what really is going on. You see, there's no more Ukraine stuff on the front page because they moved on to other issues to distract the world. Well, yeah. I want to say it was G-Webs, I think, on Instagram. Somebody put something up on Instagram. I think it was G-Webs, but it was about fucking something that made sense. It was they want us distracted. They want us angry. Something like that, something along those lines. But it's true. Exactly what fucking Gunmetal guy just said too. They want us to focus on the Ukraine while we shuffle a few things over here. And they won't notice. Sales tax is already 8.999%. They won't notice that it's 9.3% tomorrow, or you know what I mean? They distract us over here with bullshit and then fuck us in the ass while we're not paying attention. They get us every time.
Well, it's a little bit hard for them to make us overlook $5 a gallon gas.
Yeah. Yeah, but we didn't even have a chance to bitch about it until it happened. Didn't even have a chance to bitch about it because it already happened. But that's what I'm saying though, is that I mean, these different agencies, I almost want to say it's proof of tyranny. It's proof of a tyrannical government is having all these different agencies keep track of free, quote unquote, American citizens. I
You
don't
know,
know.
fuck, I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. Free American citizens. Quote.
Yeah, I would really love to be a fly on the wall in the White House when they bring in the daily economy numbers.
I would almost I would almost suggest that there's the branch that reads those and fucking discusses those and writes up a report and fucking stupid ass reads it. I,
I'd still like to be there for it.
there's probably just some guy alone in a room chuckling while he's writing down the fucking report. Stupid assholes.
You know, Biden's got to be thinking, man, I ain't ever going to survive this shit.
Yeah. Well, that's funny now that he made it to president, and I don't know, man. I forgot that I didn't, I don't even know if I did know that he was one of the governor or one of the senators or whatever the fuck defending the government in that situation. Like, he was a liar all the way back then.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a political necessity.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is
You
true.
can't fucking tell the truth.
But he was fucking, man, well, I wish, what the fuck did he say? Something about fucking, Cole committed suicide. The government did not do this. Or something, I don't know. The most clearest, obvious fucking lie in the world.
Well, you know, most people wouldn't commit suicide by fire.
Yeah, yeah. And most people
If
that
you find
commit
exercise
suicide,
hard,
oh shit, sorry about that. Most people that commit suicide also probably, like the 9 survivors, saying how they were just wanted to escape. Everybody was frantically trying to escape. That doesn't sound like suicide to me. Call me crazy. Call me old fashioned. But if you're trying to escape, that's not suicide. Okay, I found it. It was Janet Reno first, and then fucking Biden. I don't even think it's worth sharing it on both, but I will. If I could ever get to it. Okay, got to it. Alright, here it is. Muted, of course.
Information that has been furnished to me.
David?
The cult members said it based
The cult members. Is there any doubt in your mind or the Justice Department's mind that the fire was set by the cult members?
I have absolutely no doubt at all that the cult members said it based on all the information that has been furnished to me.
David Koresh and the Davidians set fire to themselves and committed suicide. The government did not do that.
The government did not do that. The Branch Davidians set fire to themselves and committed suicide. The government did not do that. Oh my God. That's our president.
Yeah. You know, you come across as sounding kind of stupid then, too. Think about it.
Yeah, oh, that wasn't a good sentence. That wasn't a good sentence. The Branch Davidians set themselves on fire and committed suicide. The government did not do that. Oh my God. I'm laughing, but it's not like funny laughter. It's like, why are we still here laughter? We see how fucking bad it was back then. Everybody hated the ATF back then. But now these motherfuckers are still here, have more power, and there's more fucking control by our federal government. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Stuck just waiting.
I have questioned that myself on past occasions, but you know, for I don't know how many years now, but it's been years. Before we went to Wanamaker in 18, so prior to 18,
Hmm.
and it was probably prior to 2014. Me and the old lady have been convinced the world's going to go to shit. Uh, and when you look at shit like this that our government's done to people, like Ruby Ridge or whatever, there was another incident with a farmer uh, that turned out differently. They didn't gun him. Well, they did too kill some of them.
They killed his family. Yeah, I remember that. It was snowy somewhere or something, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, it was his land, and they tried to say that it was BLM land, not Black Lives Matter, fucking Bureau of Land Management, another alphabet agency. But yeah, they said that his land was BLM land, and they fucking, I'm pretty sure they killed everybody, and he gave up and surrendered, and they arrested him. Right? Am I wrong?
I only know the one guy get shot.
Yeah, and they did to him what they should have did to Koresh, and they pulled up to him on the side of the road and like took him by himself instead of killing women and children at the compound or whatever. Do you
These
think
things
do
should add up.
do you think in that situation, yeah, you're right 100%. Do you think that in that situation they were thinking about Waco and shit like we can't just go in there and fucking
I'm
pl-
sure of it. Yes.
yeah, we can't play monkeys fucking and get them out of there. So how are we going to do this?
Well, and there was hundreds of spectators.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was a
and
lot of people that showed up to lend a hand.
well, yeah, in those two situations, Ruby Ridge and more in Waco, Texas, they were able to kind of suppress the press, keep the press at bay.
All these quote unquote militia groups that they say showed up were really down on the ATF or
Yeah.
BLM. Uh, but you know, I I really don't know. I don't know why there hasn't already been an outcry saying this is too fucking much. You know,
Isn't the
you want to.
BLM useless too? Like, if this is America, if I want to build my house somewhere, I could build my house somewhere or something. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe that's pushing it a little too far.
we have a shit ton of public land, and
Yeah,
the
but they're
BLM's
parks.
well, there's a lot of public land that isn't considered parks too.
Yeah, but try to build something on there.
Well, that's because it's public land. You can't. But uh, they have for years allowed farmers to graze on public.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But nonetheless, I can't just up and build a house somewhere or have a compound somewhere apparently. They'll come down on us hard. They'll find one little problem, and even if that problem isn't real, they'll exploit it in order to get a raid.
You know, and
That's how all these things have worked.
the shit of it is Koresh invited them fuckers in.
Yeah, that was the crazy part. Come on in. And they're like, no, we need to build our case from the outside. Yeah.
You know, he's like, yeah, fuck you, come in and look around.
Even figured out they have a plant in there and fucking shows that guy love.
Yeah, I mean, the shit you hear after the fact just changes what basically they told you was
Yeah.
on the TV. You know, because you say they had a plan inside. Yes, they did. Uh, Plus, he invited them to come in.
There was nothing to hide. He was hiding nothing.
Yeah,
Or at least he was trying to hide nothing, but the fucking ATF was like, we'll have none of this. We're going to send our undercover guy in there. we're gonna send a few other undercover people in your community as college students, and fucking, it's the craziest shit in the world.
Yeah, that
I
was.
don't understand, other than just trying to shut down this community of people that were living within the government's rules, but outside of the government, and
I
they couldn't stand that.
I I don't think he was guilty of any crime.
No, as far as because you know kind of how I am, I kind of get stupid with research. After I watched this video, I looked into it, everything. I was looking into everything that I possibly could until I got bored. And from whatever I've seen, I didn't see any crimes. Nothing. Not one.
I mean, Randy Weaver did actually commit a crime by altering the shotguns, but he was coerced into it by the fucking ATF.
Mo- Which is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they offered him like a grand, saw off 2 shotguns. It's like, fuck, I'd have considered that
Yeah.
myself.
If you're a gunsmith, you're not gonna think about that. I mean, shit. I don't know, but yeah, that's there should be some type of a. I don't know if they've changed that since then, but that's definitely some sort of an entrapment, fucking
Right.
debacle.
What I would have did, I think, is saw them to 18 and an eighth inch long because these people are not going to be smart enough to know.
Yeah, you probably still would have got raided and your family killed.
Yeah,
He
true
sawed
enough.
it off for us. Isn't that enough? And the magistrate says, meh, yeah, nah.
Hey
uh,
man, the magistrate I was buddies with, he was pretty fucking cool. He was
yeah.
definitely pro gun.
Well, this one didn't. This one wasn't pro reading reports, or he read the whole report and wasn't very keen on guns.
That's entirely possible.
Oh my God, they had lower parts of the AK. Like, what the fuck?
Here in the middle of fucking Texas,
Yeah, this is insanity. It was Putin's fault. I
I
said
know
it.
that this guy didn't stumble across the sheriff video because I've seen the video where the sheriff said, hell, he could have served them the warrant with no problem. He had breakfast or coffee with Koresh number.
Well, yeah, that was another thing too, is that he was out and about. He went to go get dinners and breakfasts and lunches and went to the stores. He was There was multiple opportunities where they could have took Koresh. Multiple opportunities they could have took or served him. However they were
And
going to
Mike,
go about doing it, but whatever. But they could have took him at any point in time.
uh, I there there's some strange fucking shit here that I can't quite put my finger on.
Well, I think it's setting an example. I think that we have these laws, but we don't have any reason why they're still relevant. It ain't the 30s no more. We don't got gangsters carrying their fucking sawed-offs in their trench coats or whatever. We need an example. I got an idea. Why don't I dress up like a regular Joe and go and fucking have this guy saw my gun off for me? And then once he saws these 2 shotgun barrels off, we'll fucking raid him and make an example out of him. You can't have, and then now moving on, you can't have your own community, especially with your own FFL on it, and making money off of guns and our taxes and all that shit. That's our money. We need to make an example out of this fucking community
You
so
know,
nobody else does it.
the thing you
What?
mentioned earlier was laid out really funny in that video where they had the 3 move in, pretend to be college
Oh, the
students,
college, yeah, and they're all fucking 40-year-old men.
all driving identical Crown Vics.
Yeah,
That don't scream fed.
yeah. Oh, those aren't agents. Those are just childhood friends going to college together.
But they never
uh,
go.
I still can't believe that they will let that fly He call yourself being a law enforcement agency and you can't even identify firearms? Ridiculous. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. ATF, I don't know what their classification is, but I classify them in the same category you would classify the IRS in. Whatever tax agency they are. They're not a
Money
fucking
grabbing cocksuckers.
they're not law enforcement at all. Like I said, the only thing that's keeping the ATF above water is the tax on alcohol, the taxes on fucking tobacco, and the NFA. If we get rid of them three things,
Why
we
the
get
hell
rid
you
of the
think it?
ATF.
Why the hell you think it's still legal to smoke here?
Because of the ATF?
Everybody knows that smoking will fucking kill you.
Of course.
But imagine the tax dollars that would dry up if tobacco were illegal.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm about to go through as soon as they make menthols illegal. I'm done feeding big tobacco and the ATF. I'm done. But see, that's the thing though. That's the funny part is that the ATF taxes tobacco. So you want to be a fly on the wall in that situation. Fucking well, they're dumb enough to smoke cigarettes. Well, let's fucking see if they'll pay for it too. Pay cigarettes are only really $1.50 a pack. Let's see if they'll pay $8.70 on fucking in taxes.
Well,
Jeez.
you know, the difference is obviously fucking $3.50 a gallon just crossing the fucking Mississippi River.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can buy Marlboros over there for $65 a carton. It's 100 here. That's how much fucking Illinois is taxing cigarettes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, well that too, like out here, I've been able to I don't know the part of Illinois that you're at if there ain't no reservation lands out there in Illinois that I don't think. But when I go to the reservations out here, fucking and you take away $1.50 in taxes, you know what I mean? I love it. I love buying cigarettes on the Indian reservations. I wish they had more in Nevada.
I wish there was one close enough.
Yeah.
I'd still settle for the $6.50 a pack over the $10.
Fucking you goddamn right. Can't lose. Can't
I
lose.
Shit. I'm gonna go.
Anywhere.
I had something I wanted to bring up.
What?
Well, if I remember it, I brought it up. Fuck. I don't know. Evidently, I didn't write it down. Don't surprise me, man, because fucking pencil seems awful heavy. Really.
Yeah.
Oh, you realize we're on our like fourth mass shooting?
Wait, there was another one?
Uh,
Son of a
think
bitch.
think in the past year or so, yes.
Motherfucker. Where at? Gun news.
It was at a church somewhere.
President Biden calls for assault weapons ban and other measures to curb gun violence. Biden calls for ban on assault weapons and new red flag laws. Biden prods Congress on gun control after mass shooting. Maybe this one. This was 12 hours ago. Country reeling from 3 mass shootings in the past 3 weeks. President Biden called on Congress to deliver, quote, common sense. Oh my God. They don't even change their fucking terms or their rhetoric. Performs a curb gun violence to deliver common sense reforms to curb gun violence. During a rare primetime address from the White House, Biden has tried to give lawmakers space to find the sort of bipartisan compromise on firearms that has eluded them for decades in the aftermath of many other shootings. But his seizing of the bully pulpit also reflected a determination to show the country his own passion and commitment to eradicate the distinctly American epidemic of gun violence. Do we all comprehend what that sentence says? Distinctly American epidemic of gun violence. That means that we're known, America is known for gun violence. It's
Well,
something
yeah,
that we do. But other
because
countries do it too, though.
right, but that doesn't help their narrative.
Yeah, that is true. But I just want to point out that I don't know what are the gun laws in Pakistan, fucking Tony. Do you know? In
Fuck would I know?
Afghanistan. Oh, I know the Taliban still has guns. And I
Yeah,
know that they
didn't
kill
let
people
anybody
with
else have them.
they kill people with guns, they kill people with knives, they kill people with bombs, body bombs, airplane bombs, truck bombs,
Fuck, they kill people with rocks.
box cutters, ropes, mountains. They kill people with mountains. Do you know that? Anyway, distinctly American fucking gun violence. Um, to share his optimism that even deeply polarized Congress and Republicans long opposed to tightening gun laws could be spurred to act. Quote, for God's sakes, how much more carnage are we willing to accept? How many more innocent American lives must be taken before we say enough? How many sentences do you think that they took from to form those two coherent ones?
Well, how many could be saved if we just fucking disbanded the ATF?
Expanded it. So hold on, here it is. Promising that this call for reform was, quote, not about taking away anyone's guns.
Oh,
By
let's ban assault weapons. What's that?
yeah, am I gonna get grandfathered in? Is that how that works, Biden? What if somebody that gets grandfathered in goes crazy? Then what are you gonna do? Promising that his call for reform was not about taking anyone's guns. Biden argued that in his 17-minute speech, oh my God, I bet you that had to be painful. His 17-minute speech for specific measures, including expanded background checks, red flag laws. Which what's the red flag law is like if somebody's crazy, tell on them. Is that
Hey,
what the red flag
yes.
law is? Okay.
Does Texas have red flag law, Sean?
I'm not looking at the comments. You would have to tell me.
Oh, I will if you answer.
He might be driving. But so what is a red flag law then?
That's so anybody that wants to fuck with you can turn you in for being crazier.
Oh, okay. So like yeah, I saw Tony talking about killing a bunch of people and he owns guns. So then what? What happens then? The ATF comes to your door, the police come to your door?
No, what they're talking about is educated, educated, adjudicated. There we go.
Adjudicated, yeah, adjudicated.
Where it has to go before a judge.
What?
And
And
I really,
yeah.
I really don't want to see it happen. But if it were to happen, I would want to make fucking certain that they had to be educated before your guns were seized.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Now, is it the same type of you're guilty until proven innocent type of shit that goes on in our system?
That's what ours is.
Yeah, they take all your guns until the court process goes through, and then if you're found not crazy, you get your guns back, but there's probably gonna be paperwork and fucking bureaucracy of some sort involved in getting them back. So that sounds gay. Safe storage laws? and other measures that go far beyond what the Senate is currently considering. I don't even think red flag laws need to be a thing, though. I mean, well, yeah, obviously for the adjudication and for the court process to go through, but like, if somebody calls on somebody and says they're fucking crazy and talking about killing a bunch of people and they own guns, that's like already a thing, ain't it? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Safe storage laws and other measures that go far beyond what the Senate is currently considering. He also called for a ban on assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines, or short of that, raising the minimum age of purchasing weapons from 18 to 21. Which I guess that's supposed to like involving the Uvalde kid, 'cause he was 18 or something. I don't know, but this is gay. Urging Congress to act. I only read this article to fucking find out where the last mass shooting was at. And here we are. Urging Congress to ask. He asked lawmakers in the country to imagine the fear of a 10-year-old survivor of last week's school shooting. Oh yeah, in Uvalde, Texas, who smeared a classmate's blood on her body to fool the gunman into thinking she was already dead.
Fucking smart kid.
Yeah. I was going to make a Predator joke there about him rubbing mud on himself and her rubbing blood on herself. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't know. I'm going to leave it to myself. Gun safety measures Congress is working on. Biden bill. Lawmakers debate. Oh, so this is what Biden wants to be known for, huh? He's going to go down in history as the guy that fucking changed gun reform or something like that. Obama had health care. Trump had Twitter, and Biden's going to have fucking... I can't find it.
Well,
the latest mass shooting that I'm finding right now is Uvalde. Oh, Iowa church. Boom. Thank God for Al Jazeera, right? Al Jazeera got it. 5 hours ago. 3 dead in Iowa church shooting. And me and my big mouth on Monday was saying how after the guy in the church fucking shot back, there hasn't been any church shootings, right? Who's from Iowa that listens to this goddamn show? 3 dead in Iowa church shooting following Biden gun speech. The attacker fatally shot 2 women before killing himself in the parking lot after the U.S. leader urged more gun control. A man fatally shot 2 women before turning the gun on himself in a church parking lot in the U.S. state of Iowa, just moments after President Joe Biden delivered a speech urging greater gun control. The attack took place on Thursday outside the Cornerstone Church, east of the city Ames, while a program was in progress inside. Authorities had not immediately identified a motive for the attack, and the relationship of the attacker with the victims was not immediately known. An isolated single shooter shortly after Biden. Uvalde, Texas. Racist attack at a grocery store in Buffalo. Then this guy. This guy killed 2 people, though. Does killing yourself count as a mass murder?
It makes it their number, yeah.
That's ridiculous. You can't change the fucking definition of things, man.
Sure they can.
No, they have. Yeah, they have in the past. Why not now? That's fucking nuts. It's time to act, Biden says. For the children we have lost, for the children we can save, for the nation we love, let's meet the moment. It's time to act. Oh
Yes, disband the ATF.
Yeah, just why are we paying after right after Biden says all that, like we need to act now, we need to do all this, then somebody just responds to why are we still paying taxes on alcohol, tobacco, and why is the NFA still a thing? Oh my God, he wouldn't have anything to say about that.
You realize, yeah, if machine guns were so fucking bad, you wouldn't be able to pay a $200 bill and get one. Machine guns ain't illegal; they're just taxed more.
What was the? I'm missing all these comments. Holy shit, I'm missing all these comments. It's almost as if the media was trying to steer a narrative. That's exact. Yeah, I think he was referring to the Waco thing. I'm telling you, Biden said the quiet part out loud last night, and what the Dems will run on in November. What? But the banning guns? See, it's easy to pack your statistics numbers. When you change the definition of mass shooting, is nobody wants to say anything about that. Yeah. Well, nobody wants to say anything about any fucking thing, apparently. Like I said, this is after doing a deep dive into Waco, being bored one day, fucking. I don't.
Yeah, there was a lot in that video that you really didn't hear before.
Yeah, a lot of shit's been brought to light. Like, he did a lot of the research for you. Like, you really can watch that video and not look anything up. I'm just a retard and fucking looked up a bunch of shit. But yeah, it's insane. The Uvalde. Oh wait, so now the Amber Heard of the world, instead of taking you to court there because she's red flag lost to destroy you. Yeah, this bitch is crazy, officer, and she has access to firearms. Free helicopter rides with no parachutes. 100%. Not to be insensitive, that's 3. So what exactly is the definition of mass? Enlighten me, please. It's 3 or more. Or well, it was supposed to be 4 or more, but now I think they reverted it down to mob action now, which is 3 or more people. And I guess they count the shooter killing himself as a number of the murder.
Well, he's one of the people he killed, so yeah.
He died on the scene with the gun. So oh my god, our system is the worst, man. It's the fucking. I mean, it's not the worst. Don't get me wrong. We're not throwing gays off a cliff. That's what I don't understand about the fucking gay and trans movements thing either. Like, they want their rights, and I understand that we had a few rogue fucking people out there that were tying them to the back of their fucking trucks and hanging them in the fucking trees and all that other shit. But I mean, and not to make light of that either. That's horrible to happen to
That's
a group of people. But what?
that's one of the reasons why you were never openly gay in Texas back in the '60s.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a place for you. You know, there's fucking San Francisco. I think every state has its like version of Boys Town somewhere. So I don't know. But that's besides the point, though. What I never understood is how people consider that as who I fuck a civil right, unless you're making it. I don't know, unless you're shoving it down people's throats. But there's some people that can't. You could be wearing fucking a cowboy outfit, and if you say that you're gay in front of them, they'll fucking jump on you, I guess. I don't know, but that's the way that people make it sound. I don't know, but I don't get how we have come this far as a civilization, not as Americans, not as blacks, not as whites, not as Mexicans, not as Hispanics, Latinos, as a monkey people that lived in a cave to where we are now. How the fuck have we let ourselves almost regress back down to monkey people? Just being stupid fucking, oh, the government says that this is how things should be and this is what, then I should listen to what they're saying. How the fuck did we turn into morons? We should have space stations right now with hovering car parks and shit like that. And AI girlfriends. We're close to that.
Hang on, I need to call my authorities here.
Well, wait, the perfect person can be programmed.
That
Shit.
how we got here is Back in the day, people stopped beating their children enough.
I can agree with you on that, but I also agree, or I also would say that we gave our government too much power, or we gave them too much reverence, or we listened to them too much. I don't know what the fuck, how to word
Certainly
it.
give too much credence.
Well, I mean, just look at all the division that's been created just by having a government. There's racism, there's classism, there's a fucking sexism, there's fucking all the isms that have been created. Because just as sure as the fucking English language was created to, fucking, that shit was created. Didn't pop up one day. Say, hey, I should have, you know, it happened. And we abide. We let it keep happening.
Somewhere in the not super distant past, we started thinking that our government wasn't out to get us.
Right.
Kind of figuratively, but we,
Well, wasn't there always a conspiracy theorist? Since like the beginning of fucking time, there was a conspiracy theorist out there.
yeah, if you go back and look at documents from history, you'll see that a lot of the shit we see today has been played out in the past before.
Yeah. Well, all
Not
empires.
exactly the same,
Hmm.
but the ridiculous bullshit that the government spews out to get their way.
Well, I mean, from fucking Babylon all the way down to the fucking. I mean, England never really crumbled as an empire. But I mean, if you look at all these fucking old biblical fucking empires, they all failed because people started fucking turning gay. The Greeks, the fucking Romans, the Babylonians, the Sodom and Gomorrah, the Sodomites, Sodom and Gomorrah, fucking, you know, that one was in the name. They should have seen that coming.
Well, actually, I think the name is how the word came out after the fact.
Oh, the
Origin,
being a sodomite came from being a sodom. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
actually, uh, fucking dude, people in the butt came sodomy after Sodom.
After the sodomites, yeah. Yeah, they got it from them. But that's nonetheless, um, every great empire ended because of it. And look at where we're at right now. So I hope everybody's got their bug out bag packed tight.
You got to wonder about Lot when he was told to leave the city and not look back. He's walking out of the city. His wife looks back, turned to a pillar of salt. He goes up into the hills with his two daughters who get him drunker than shit, fucking.
And he knocks them up.
Yes.
Don't forget that. Very important.
And I'm like, if I was drunk enough to not know my daughters were trying to screw me, I wouldn't have an issue with it because my dick wouldn't.
Yeah, that is true.
You have to be pretty fucking drunk not to recognize your own offspring.
That's a decent argument, Sean. But I no, part of me still has to disagree that it was implemented. Sean says there are no isms on an elementary school playground. It's always been bad parenting that led to the perpetuation of the I don't know, The long-standing isms.
Perpetuation.
Perpetuation. I need water. Of long-standing isms.
Fuck, I offered you water the other day and you refused, so fuck you.
But see, I would say that the isms were perpetuated by the government. They were implemented onto our TV shows. They were implemented in the media. They were implemented into fucking all this different type of shit. And it's like it's planting a seed. It's
Yes.
manipulation 101. Plant the seed. The
When you
seed.
go back and look at old TV programs and shit, you can see it. And when I see it, it just about makes me sick to my stomach. I didn't catch that when
Nah, no one did. No one caught it when they were young. That's the point, is to get them while they're young. Especially what helps getting them when they're young is what Sean says. That's why I say I partially agree, and it's a good argument. But check my Discord DMs. Oh, wow. It hurts to sit. What's all the Mercedes? What
I
am I,
was all
Scotty?
pretty.
Hold on, just 1 second. Scotty, in the comments, tell me what I'm looking at. Go ahead.
I was pretty adamant that kids go through life with their eyes open.
Oh, all these companies have stock in the Middle East? Or are they from the Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes-Benz Middle East, BMW, BMW Middle East, Cisco, Cisco Middle East, Lenovo, Lenovo Middle East, Bethesda, Bethesda Middle East. I mean, isn't there like a prince or something? I was looking into those 13 richest families or the 13 families that run the world, and I think somebody was a Middle Eastern prince or something. It wouldn't surprise me. A sheik, maybe? They promote pride in the West, but won't do it in the Middle East. I wonder why. Oh, that's what. Okay. So all of these guys have gay signs. Mercedes-Benz has the little rainbow Benz sign. BMW has a little rainbow behind them. Cisco has a little rainbow in their lines. Lenovo has a little rainbow in Lenovo. Bethesda has a little rainbow in their box. And they don't have it in the Middle East. Yeah. I mean, they take religious extremism to the extreme out there. They don't play games. If Allah
Relig-
said, huh?
Religious extremism to the extreme.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were gonna say
Maybe we are.
they lived it.
Let's start a Sunday show called that.
Religious extremists to the extreme. All of those companies hide their wokeness in countries that kill gay people. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, because listen, at the end of the fucking day, yeah, Scotty said this. Yeah, at the end of the fucking day, um, you got to make money. It's all about profit, man. Like I won't rag on capitalism because I mean making money is the American way, but making currency, it doesn't have to be this paper that it is. Like capitalism fucked us up in a way, but at the same time, it's good. It's one of those fucking double-edged swords.
Yeah, it's one that's somewhat easy to take advantage of.
Well, yeah, that's where the bad part of it comes in. But I mean, it's like the fucking internet. The internet is a great thing. People could keep in touch. People could be informed about shit that they would otherwise have no idea about.
Yeah,
But
hell,
go ahead.
back in the day, you could actually look up information on the internet.
Yeah, but it could be used for fucking nefarious reasons. Just like anything. Just like the ATF said about fucking Koresh with his AR lowers. and his AK lowers. But anything could be used in I could use a car in a nefarious way. I could use ammonia and bleach in a nefarious way. You know what I mean? Like I could do any fucking thing nefariously. Pellet gun, paintball gun. You know what I mean? Like anything can be used nefariously. But I don't know. There's some things that are easier to be taken advantage of than others.
Well, you know, the Dems are going to take advantage of tragedy.
Yeah. I've noticed that they've kind of cut back on that a little bit, but you will notice, like in the speech that we just read, the president's speech, they'll mention the kids that died and the kids that we could save. Democrats, Jimmy similar, thin at work in previous comment. Straight up pandering towards one group. Yeah. Well, pandering is what gets profits. It's the two P's of business: pander and profit. Um, Democrats would have you believe that stacking bodies is the American way, not capitalism, which is why they won't control. They want control of one while ruining the other. Of course, because that's. I mean, we would. I said it before perfectly. I might not say it perfect again, but what do you do when you have anything you want? You may not have all the money in the world, but you could do whatever the fuck you want. What's next? You got to control. You need control. Because you already have everything. Now, I need to control you.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I like to toss out as a question every now and then. You know, just exactly how much money is enough? I mean, if you got more money than you can count for the rest of your life, how much is fucking enough?
Yeah. Now I need to control. It's like that movie, fucking Trading Places, where the guys make the bet for $1.
Yes.
It's like that. What happens when bored guys get rich? Let's put a story out in the news and see that if we could fucking make all of these mentally handicapped people believe that they're born as girls, even though they're born as boys.
Oh, you are.
That's a good one, Harold.
Here's your buck.
Yeah, right. Hey, you were right. They fell for it. I'll bet you $1 that I could have a tranny reading school children novels. And oh my God. I'll take the over under on that. If I had everything I want, then a Taylor Swift and Gina Carano sandwich goes on my bucket list. Yeah, but you know what? I almost would bet money. Oh no, we're in the Me Too movement now, so maybe not. 20 years ago, I bet money that Joe Biden could have made that happen for himself. So he has to. You have
Well,
to.
yeah, Taylor Swift would have been what, like 8?
I'm sure they would have took her back then. That seems about the age range that all these politicians are interested in anyway. Between 8 and 15. They're sexy at that age.
And they smell good.
Hairless like a dolphin.
Except for that.
Oh God. Yeah, I was reading some of those fucking well, I was watching a channel too. Fuck, I forgot what the guy was pretty cool. Well, he seemed pretty cool on his channel. You know how internet personas go. But he was talking about like how fucking people died. And then they were talking about the way that the girl from Poltergeist died. How like a bunch of executives fucking were raping her on the set, and then they shoved something up her ass and it got stuck up there, and that's why she got bloated out and fucking died. It was like, oh my God, this is graphic. Like they were getting graphic about people like being pedophiles in Hollywood. It was crazy. That wasn't the only story, but that was the one that sticks out in my mind. I don't know where I was going with that.
I have no fucking idea.
That's when they're sexy. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. What else you got, Tony? Anything? You're still breathing. You breathing all right?
Seem to be, yes.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
doing
have
good.
anything.
Doing good.
I'm
Biden.
ready for a fucking nap, I can tell you that.
Oh. Well, let me see on my notes list here. We could talk about everybody involved in the JFK murder being killed later. Um, pick a woke video. Oh, how many fucking... So, Tony, even with COVID, let me introduce this properly. We know that lady cops are there for, for a reason. We hire lady cops in case they have a female suspect that needs their pussy or under tit searched. But in reality, cops are used for more than that, and they're going to be on duty and probably deal with other things more than they deal with that. So with that being known, how many lady cops do you think that you could take on?
Right now,
Yeah, even being sick with COVID. 5?
maybe 3.
Yeah. I would
5
say
if I could get a nap between a couple of them. But
I would have to say I would have to go with like the training. Where were they? Are they state cops? Are they local ho-dunk cops? I don't know. But yeah, I could probably go through about 5 myself. There was
you got to,
another. Oh, go ahead.
like hand to hand, I've been trained to do that. And the same fucking training that they've had. So,
Yeah. So then you could probably do 3.
no, I'm not taking any. Well, I take a whole bunch of shit. Not taking anything extra.
All right, I'm gonna throw it out to the audience. Audience, how many lady cops do you think you could beat up? I'm gonna put either 2, 4, or 10. I'm gonna put it out there to the community. See if we.
Honestly, I don't know. I have a real aversion to hitting women.
Yeah, but you don't have. You can just think about it though. You don't have to hit them. You could throw them. You know what I mean? You could fucking grapple with them and disable them. Got 2 votes out there already. One vote for 2. Oh, we got 2 votes for 10 plus. Sir Psycho
That's
Sexy at the Lady Cop.
you and Connery.
Yeah. I didn't vote yet. Oh, we got 4 votes. We're split 50-50 between 2 and 10. Well, we do got a couple older guys out there, so maybe they can only do 2 right now.
I
Older.
did the 10.
Oh, you did 10? Okay, we got 5 here, so we got 3 for 10 plus. All right. Lady cops out there, you better watch your ass. No, but
Now,
seriously though, folks.
the 10 plus I picked because of, that's just foreplay.
Yeah.
We'll wrestle around until, you know.
Yeah, until I put it in. I put 2. I'm out of my MMA weight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I could only do about 10.
I had, day before yesterday, I had a half of a ham and cheese sandwich and a cup of noodles. Ramen noodles in a cup. Yesterday, I had 2 of those cups of noodles. That's it. Today, I've had 1 of those cups. And I didn't finish it. I couldn't eat it. So, I'm going to be losing some weight, I suppose. This keeps up for more than a few days.
That could actually help you. Come to think of it, you could throw it at the lady cop, and they're gonna stop and say, "Ew, gross." And while they're doing that, you just fucking take them down, drop kick to the chest. And when
What
you
the
throw
fuck is your problem with Lady Cock?
they, they shouldn't be a thing. Um, Sean says if you take the entire female force, he said I'd take the entire female force down with the powers of seduction and whatever Bill Cosby was using, the barbecue sauce. Tony has Rona. My girl was diagnosed with Rona yesterday. The hell were you doing down here?
I wasn't down.
Yeah, he's too sick. He caught it. I told you guys how he was gonna catch it 28 days later style. Gonna kiss his wife, and then the fucking saliva was gonna contract the zombie virus to him.
That could be. But I haven't kissed her. That's not to say that I haven't fucked her. 'Cause I did.
Well, yeah, we all know the corona is also sexually transmitted.
Well, that was the test.
Oh, we got
And
another.
obviously,
We got another vote for 2. We're 57 at 2, 43 at 10. Nobody's gone with 4 yet. 4 is too light. It's either too light or too much. But yeah. I told you already, I'm spinning people around by their ankles, fucking Mo, Larry, and Curly in their head together, and fucking... Yeah, we win.
oh,
Any female MMA star, too. Any female anything. If you're a female and you're a branch of anything, I challenge you.
okay, let's try giving birth.
No. Hell no. Okay, let's try getting kicked in the nuts.
They don't got no nuts.
Well, then they can't feel my pain. Giving birth is easy. 99% of them take drugs to do it. And the
Yeah.
doctor puts a little cut on you, right, episiotomies you, and you're fine.
The time when my old lady was having babies, that drug shit wasn't near as popular as it is today.
Probably wasn't near as potent either.
Although, I suppose that, I honestly don't understand this whole how difficult it is to have children shit.
What do you
Women
mean,
have
the
been doing
physical
that
act
shit.
of, like,
Women
shitting them out?
Women have been dropping babies since time immemorial. And only in the past, 50 to 75 years has the hospital part of it came into its own.
Oh, you're saying that they should already know how to do. They should be like dogs and just know how to give birth at home. I mean, they should have
Yeah.
evolved with it by now. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. They should have evolved. They should have evolved by now.
It shouldn't be near as difficult today as it was 100 years ago. And it seems like they make it seem way, way worse than it used to be.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like,
now,
women, think back about that shit. What they're fucking telling you.
I will give the ladies this though. We should be more medically advanced than we are, because, like, we should probably be at the stage where we're just lasering them out of their stomach, right? Like, make a little laser incision, pull the baby out with robot arms that have like a cloth on it or some shit. We shouldn't even have having hands-on doctors. Everything should kind
Cloth.
of be automated. Whatever.
I thought you said claw.
Yeah. Either or. I don't. Who cares? It's just a baby. And yeah, Sean says they were built for it, and you're right. That was their punishment for tricking Adam. And look at how well that worked. They're still fucking manipulative liars today. Millions of years later. Ozzy says Rhonda. Yeah, her. Come on. She's not even in the running anymore. She's not. I don't think she's fought MMA for a while. She's like a mother and all that shit. I'll beat her ass.
I'm not even picking up on that one.
Yeah, no, we don't need to.
Although, Rhonda, if you happen to catch it, get in touch with me and set something.
Any female, even any female, any branch of anything, even if your branch is the MMA or whatever the fuck, I don't care. Any female, anywhere, anytime. I got 12-ounce gloves and a big ass backyard. That's one rib that should have been barbecued instead of a nag. Just eat this, honey. Shut up and eat this.
Zip.
Oh, we got another vote for 2. Damn, 10 plus. 10 plus is kind of rough. 10, okay, but you gotta think about it. We're not dealing with a bunch of fucking, I don't know, Berthas from fucking Idaho or something like that. You know, some of them are fucking Kellys, and some of them are, they're little fucking girls. You got to take that into the fucking count too.
I don't know, man. The last I've been in Iowa, they look pretty fucking well fed everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's just another thing. You just run, and have them chase you. Just run in a circle and have them chase you, and then fucking they'll be slower, so you'll be catching up with them in the circle, and then go behind them and trip them while they're running.
Oh God.
Some folks just aren't equipped to deliver safely, but they try anyway, and now mortality rates are recorded. Yeah, just shit them out. Well, look, I'll set out a little blanket for you, put a little cage up so the baby doesn't crawl out of it, and just shit it out right there. Here's a bowl of water. Here's a plate of food. And I'll wake up in the morning and you'll have the baby feeding on your tit. Oh, shit. Yeah. Hopefully you don't have twins and don't suffocate one of them.
Formula crisis won't be a problem for you. Yeah, that's one of the big stories on the national news. How Biden's solving the formula crisis. But it won't be over until that fucking plants they shut down is up and running again.
Walking on Biden milking himself. Powder's coming out. Just use this. Add a cup of water.
You gotta fucking wonder what the hell they were thinking about that goddamn plant when they shut that fucker down.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what the hell actually went down at that plant. I heard that it was old in the storage area. But if that's the case, then somebody overreacted quite substantially. But girls, you know why God gave you them titties?
Yeah.
It was to feed babies.
For me, Jimmy implies that Amber Heard used her genetic defensive mechanism and inked on the bed like a scared little squid. It's possible. I don't know if that's one of their defense mechanisms. I know one of their defense mechanisms for sure is a screech. Usually deters everybody.
I know that that's what they taught girls in health in junior year of high school was that if you're attacked and they're gonna rape you, piss yourself, or shit yourself.
Oh yeah, that'll turn them off for sure. Some people. Some people it'll turn off. There's other
Wouldn't
people.
fucking bother Jimmy.
Yeah, there's other people who would just plow right through that shit. A threesome is fun any more than that becomes. Oh, for the lady cop thing? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. What was Abbott's facilities thinking? Thanks for that secret $20 billion check, Joe. Sure, we'll shit it down. We're going to Disneyland. Oh my God. Yeah, we all know that the fucking federal government is corrupt. We all know that the federal government is tyrannical. We all know that the federal government wants control. We all know that the federal government is fucking money hungry, profit hungry, and they'll do anything to get there, whether it's to fucking pander to a different race, pander to a different gender, pander to a different fucking sexuality, whatever they have to do. Even if they have to pander to the people that hate the other people that they pander, they'll figure it out. And they'll try to suppress the information so the other side doesn't find out about the other side. And it's just the world we live in now. But why do we accept it? That's where I come into play at. I'm willing right now, not necessarily to be a leader, but the first motherfucker that says anything like, "Hey, let's go," I'm up. I'm up. Let's go solve the fucking problem. Let's create world peace, at least in our country. I don't know.
Well,
but
let me
what else can we do?
I don't know. I mean, look at the shit that's rolling downhill still from that January 6th thing.
January 6th.
The insurrection.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, sliding cigarette.
Oh, I was taking a bite of a burrito.
I was just seeing, I think yesterday morning, where they had arrested somebody from here in Illinois that was out there at just now.
What?
They're still arresting people from that January 6th.
Oh, really? Like the feds
Yeah.
found out who you were and were tracking you down?
I wasn't there, so no, it wasn't me.
Well, not you personally, but whoever the fuck they are. They're tracking down the people that went to that event.
And when they say anything about it on TV, it's always the deadly January 6th insurrection, because that woman got shot and killed.
Somebody else
And
had a
that
heart
bad
attack.
fucking cop had a heart attack.
He had a heart attack. That counts. Mass murder.
That's right.
It was a body we picked up during the murder, so it counts.
All right, man. Let's call this fucker.
All right. We will be back. Like I said, Monday. Tony will let you guys know probably. If you're on the Discord, you'll find out faster. But I'll be gone like a week or two. And then we'll be back. So have a good life, everybody, and we'll see you when we're back.
Good day, everybody. Hopefully we come back, I'm done with COVID.
Oh, you will be. You will be. You're going to beat that shit and walk away from it like it ain't shit. Bye.
You're watching the NWP podcast. You're watching the new one live. You're watching the NWP podcast. You're watching the new one live. You're watching the NWP podcast. You're watching the new one live.